I love you. Well, really, not you, you. That was to myself.
How do I love myself? Let me count the ways. I'm Eric Brown, your host, and with me, the professional love guru, Mr. Mike Jones.
Okay, what an interesting title for me for this particular pod blast. I'll take it on. Uh, this pod blast is really about loving yourself. I get
Hell
that this
yeah.
is February. I get that this is Valentine's Day and it's the month of Valentines and hearts and flowers and candy and love as you are appreciating somebody else in your life. I think that that's just a beautiful thing. However, for this particular pod blast, I really want you to listen with the intent to be influenced because this is all about loving yourself. I truly believe that it is impossible. I mean, it is absolutely impossible to know how to and appropriately love somebody else until you have truly learned how to love yourself.
Yeah, for sure. And Mr. Jones, a lot of our listeners out there are enrolled in the I Love You Challenge. In fact, they're out there posting their score and sending us updates. And it's just so smoking hot as these individuals go to best their best and truly get to their outcomes. I know personally, I'm on track, man. I got my 1,200 push ups. I'm right in the middle of this bad boy, and I'm feeling buff and strong. 100%.
That's awesome. And let's just talk a little bit about how to start loving yourself more. When you got into that relationship with whomever you're in a relationship with, for those of y'all that are in a relationship, you truly wanted to impress that person. You explored getting to know that person and truly understanding how they wanted to be treated. My question is, have you done that for yourself lately? I'm going to suggest that the best way for you to begin to love yourself even more than you presently love yourself, and I believe that this is important, is that you begin a new relationship with yourself. Starting all over, fresh. You just met you for the first time. I'm encouraging you as you are now exploring that relationship and getting to know you even better and what makes you happy, what makes you feel good, that you identify those things and begin to treat yourself with that level of love and respect. The more you do that, the more you are going to become aware of how it feels to love somebody else that way. But I believe that it's impossible to truly love them the way that they want to be loved until you identify how you want to be loved and begin loving yourself in that manner.
So, Mike, not to seem kind of sappy or distracted about this, but since it is Valentine's Day, I mean, what kind of stuff or suggestions would you have for folks on how they can take the level of love with themselves up a level or to the next level?
Yeah, I believe, Eric, that in order for you to truly begin to completely and just madly fall in love with yourself, you are going to have to wipe the smoke off the mirror and be completely honest with yourself about yourself. Truly understand what makes you tick, what makes you go, what makes you stop. I mean, taking the time to explore this person and truly understand this person will allow you to begin to understand others better. I have learned this over the many years that I've been doing these programs, over 30 years now, that the more I understand myself, the more I have been able to understand others. Now, you're talking about a guy who has been in multiple relationships with a significant other over the course of 63 years. The best relationship that I have ever had is the one that I'm presently in now, not because I got to know her better, but because I got to know me better. And the more I got to know me better and change my approach to get to the results that I want for me in the way that I loved me, it opened up the possibility for me to be able to love her completely and fall madly in love with her because I'm madly in love with myself.
Damn, 63 years young, Mr. Jones? I don't believe it.
Yeah, by the time this month's over with, it's going to be 64, bro. So believe it. So.
Okay, sir. No, and I get the work that you've done on disc blends and NLP. I mean, can be a little bit confusing, but once you get to know yourself, then you'll be able to meet others where they're at and truly love them the way they want to be loved.
Absolutely. And you know, the one thing that my grandmother taught me many years ago is to give people their flowers while they are alive. I'm going to say that to you as you look at that beautiful person in the mirror, that you need to give that person their flowers while they're living. In other words, what I mean by that is start finding ways to catch yourself doing things right. I hear people all the time, Eric, talk about, I am my worst critic. And you know what? That may be okay, but how about who is going to be your best cheerleader? Who is going to be your best supporter? That shouldn't be looking for somebody outside of you to fill that role. The same person that's being your best worst critic is the person that needs to be your best supporter. So you've got to find a way to give yourself flowers while you are alive. Find a way to catch yourself doing things right. Celebrate those moments when you do by giving yourself the love and the appreciation and the respect that you need. Why wait for somebody else to fall deeply and madly in love with you until you make the choice to fall deeply and madly in love with yourself?
No, Mike, it's a great point because people do look for the things that are going wrong, or to your point, be their biggest critic rather than look at the things that they're doing right and be their biggest fan or cheerleader. So what coaching would you have for individuals who find themselves in the love conundrum, where they're not finding ways to truly catch themselves doing things right?
Yeah, what we say here at Discover all the time is what you focus on is exactly what will expand for you. So now that you've had an opportunity to have this opened up for you and you become aware of maybe some things that you were unaware of, now as you focus on loving yourself more, now as you focus on respecting yourself more, now as you focus on catching yourself doing things right more, the more you focus on that, what I am promising you based upon all of the data and the experiences that I've had by living and working in this space is you are going to absolutely uncover some new ways to love yourself, some new ways to connect with yourself, and some new ways to find ways to be more appreciative of yourself.
So you heard it here first. I will be more passionate, more vibrant, a better dad, and a better listener because I love myself.
That's beautiful, man. And I absolutely love you. Oh, remember, I was talking to myself. If you are not living your life and loving your life out on the edge, baby, you're taking up far too much risk.
Here we go now.